Hey, Brian Ketchum here from VPS, and I just wanted to share with you, just wrapped up a quick workout. Did a fat loss workout. I've been in a little bit of a fat loss phase, getting ready for summer. I'm trying to get rid of a little bit of extra weight that I gained over the winter, and I've been playing around with a few different models, a few different templates, and some programming that I wanted to share with you guys today. And I really started to formulate all this and put it down into actual systems when I was getting ready for ETW Chicago and our hands-on presentation there. Today's workout, it lasted just about 40 minutes long of actual work that I did for the workout. So I'm going to walk you guys through this and show you how I set this up. So it started out with a basic, wanted to do either like a total body movement, a complex, something that it wasn't overly emphasizing strength, so it could carry over from my warm-up, but I also wanted to get my heart rate up. I wanted to really hit the metabolic impact and demand of whatever it was that I was doing. So something like Turkish get-ups would be great here. Hits the core, it's total body, it's gonna really start to ramp up. It's gonna go from your warm-up through to the strength circuit that we'll cover in just a little bit. So what I chose today was a sandbag rotational clean. I did 3 on each side, so 6 total. I did 3 total sets of that, and what I did was I took 30 to 60 seconds of rest. So my first set was closer to 60 seconds. My next set was closer to, the first set was closer to 30 seconds, then about 45, and then 60 seconds for my last set as I started to fatigue a little bit. So I did the rotational sandbag clean with that, three sets, 3 to each side, and basically escalated my rest or increased my rest as I got more fatigued throughout that series of workouts. So you could do Turkish get-ups. So that would be a good one. Any complex movements or combo movements, they're great to put in there. And that's the 1A that you see here on my board. The next 5 exercises, I set up a strength circuit. And so if you're familiar with like our Metabolic Boosters blog post, I used one of the giant circuits in that. So I went upper body push, lower body, and I did a hip dominant on the lower body. Then I went into upper body pull. Then I went into a quad dominant lower body, and then I did a core movement with that. So I had 5 exercises laid out in this giant circuit, and I did 5 total sets of that. The reps depended on the exercise. So the pushing was somewhere between 8 to 12. So what I did for my push-up variation there is I did a push-up to core row. So like a renegade row. So push-up, row, row, and I did 8 to 12. So I started out the first set. I did close to 12 reps. I think I got 11 or 12 in my first round. Each round, as I was getting a little bit more fatigued, I didn't want to go to failure, and so I stopped one short of failure. So by my last set, I was down to just at 8 reps for that. So I used a rep range at 8 to 12 there. There I went to a TRX leg curl, and I did somewhere between 10 and 12 reps on that, and moved right to that. No rest from one exercise to the other. Just get in, get set up, and go. From there, I went to chin-ups. So I changed between neutral grip and actual supinated grip pull-up, or chin-up, excuse me. And I did somewhere between 5 to 6 reps with that. So I'm still working on getting my volume up for chin-ups. So the little bit lower rep range there with that, just to keep the movement quality really good. From there, I moved to a goblet squat. So I did a kettlebell goblet squat, did 10 to 12 reps of that, and moved right into just, again, as I fatigued, I did less reps. I think I maintained the 12 reps throughout that entire set, or for every set throughout the entire workout. And then finally, I went to, I did a band low to high chop. I used a towel for the grip and came across the body, low to high, did 8 to 10 on each side, added some dynamic movement with a quick step in there. Later on in the workout, as I got a little bit more warmed up, I wanted to integrate it a little bit. And then once I was done with that, I took 60 seconds of rest and then started the next cycle or next set. So I did 5 total sets of that. From there, I rested, and then I went outside and did some really heavy carries. So I've got a 100-pound sandbag here. I've got a 100-pound kettlebell, and so I was shouldering the one and carrying down on the other side. I didn't go far, but I did 10 total sets with as little rest as possible between my sets. So it was just purely instinctive training as my finisher there. And I'd alternate sides each time. So I'd do one set with the sandbag over the shoulder and the kettlebell down by my side. I'd go down, walk down my sidewalk, set it down, rest as long as needed, sling it over my other shoulder, grab the kettlebell in the other hand, walk back, and then I'd set it down. So I did that 10 times, not each side, just total. So I had 5 each side on that. You can go any carry, you can mix it up, it doesn't really matter. The point is just do a heavy carry for as far as possible with as little rest as possible before you start again. You can even mix that up and just do total distance. You know, do 500 yards, 100 yards. Depends on how heavy you want to go, how far you're able to carry. Just carry it down once as far as you can, stop, carry it back as many times as it takes you to get there. There's 100 different ways to do carries. But that was my fat loss workout for the day. So I utilized some sort of complex movement or explosive type of movement. So something that involved a lot of muscles. It's not going to be just like a basic squat there, right? I'm doing like a clean, some sort of Olympic lift variation, something that's incorporating a lot of total body lift or a combo lift, and even throwing complexes there. Doing that first, kind of transitioning from my warm up and escalating into getting that metabolic resistance training or strength training circuits in. Did my big giant circuit of strength training circuits, did 5 of those, stopped and rested for a bit, did my carries as my finisher, and that wrapped it all up. I'll post the actual workout down below this in the blog post so you guys can see how I laid that out. You know, these are great metabolic resistance training workouts, great for metabolic conditioning if you want to shed some extra fat, get your clients to shed some extra fat, and add in a little bit of conditioning without going to straight like interval training or HIIT training. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll be back soon with another tip from VPS.